Hello, today's lesson is all about alteration. It's winter, as we can see, and it's now time to get the jumpers out. As you can see, I have one of my favourite jumper was given to me by my daughter, and it comes out every winter. But as you can see, the yoke here, the lap over, is ruined by washing. I'm not going to throw it away. That's the only thing wrong about this jumper. So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you how to repair it. I am going to cut it off and I'm going to re-put it on. But the way how I'm going to do it is that I am going to stitch this side here first, because it's wool, it runs. So I'm going to secure it so it doesn't run. So I'm going to stitch all the way around here, all the way around the neck, cut it off to make sure it doesn't run, and then I'm going to fix this and cut off what I don't need and put it back on. And you will see the end result of this jumper. Look at it, it's a mess at the moment. No matter how I fix it, I can't fix it because it needs doing. So it needs tightening up and going back to how it originally was, which is something like that. So that's what you're going to see me do today. So I'm going to take this off, whip it off, and I'll cut it step by step. I'll show you how to do it. Right, so I'm going to first prepare around the neck. I'm going to get cotton, stitch it on the machine so it doesn't run before I cut it off. What I should first tell you as well is, if you find that you're stitching around the neck and it is too tight, then I suggest you get some elastic. In the elastic, you wind it around your bobbin. You don't put it on your machine the normal way. You wind it around it as much as you need, and then stitch with that so that it can give a little bit, because after all it is going around your neck. So I thought I'd better tell you that as well. Right, so now I've stitched it. I'm going to stretch it out a little bit because don't forget that's the elasticated, and then that's just to hold it to stop it from running. And now I'm going to pin it back to my jumper. So there's that bit there. So first of all I'll pin that on there. That's pinned on, and then where the shoulder is there, so we'll pin that on, shoulder to shoulder. And when I stitch this, I'm going to stitch beyond where the stitching is on both the facing of the jumper and on the collar itself of the jumper. So I've pinned these together. We find our center of this, there's a center, and we're going to stitch this back on, center to center. Right, so that's stitched on. So that's pinned on, so now let me go and stitch it back on. Right, the real saving grace of this is going to be the overlocker, really, because you can't just leave it like that. It's got to be the overlocker to stop it from running. So let's stretch this to its size. And now we're going to overlock it. So that stitching is just holding it for the time being. So there it is. It's not looking too bad. Look at that. That's not bad at all. Now we're going to overlock it, and we're going to put the overlocker onto a big stitch so it stretches. It stretches as it goes along, but we're not actually stretching the whole thing out, but it needs to stretch out a bit. So we're going to overlock this now. So right, the overlocker really is the saving grace of this thing, because I've overlocked it now all the way round, and it didn't really matter if I went over the stitching that I did for the to hold it in place, because jumpers do stretch out of place. So now it's done. And what I'm doing is I'm popping those stitchings that I put into it. Let's have a look. Just to hold it, to stop the wool from running. So I'm popping it because the overlocking is taking over now, and it's securing it. But as you can see, I've now got my jumper back. Look at that. So what I'm saying is, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to try things out. What have you got to lose? It was on its way out in the first place. Now, I've got a new jumper back. Let me put it back over in here. You know, I kept meaning to do this and I never did get around to doing it, and I thought this morning, I got myself a new camera for you lot, because the quality wasn't too good on the last videos. So I went and bought a camera, and I thought, okay, what can I do? What can I show you today before I do the swags? I want to put this on, so how does that look? I've got my jumper back, haven't I? I don't need to throw this away just because of the neck. So if you've got any old clothes in your cupboard that are really good in one way, but it just needs alteration, don't throw it away. Look at that. That's fine, isn't it? I'm pleased with that. What do you think? If there's anything that you need altering and you don't know how, please give me a ring, or even take a picture of it and send it to me, and I'll help you through it. No problem. Look at that. I'm pleased. Well, thank you for watching my show. I've tried to make this as short as possible. I hope you enjoyed it. Goodbye.